One, go.
Cha.
My girlfriend was kicking my ass periodically. I had just gotten a camera and she came over with some roller skates and she wore a wrestling mask and she started roller skating in here. At the time there was not a whole lot of stuff in here, so it was easy. And I just cracked up. It was really funny. I decided I wanted to have a power couple in full regalia with a Mexican wrestling mask. It's kind of like an answer to a lot of the deportations that George Bush was doing around that time. It coincided with me opening this space, which is called Mexicanos Sans Frontières, or Mexicans Without Borders, a play on Doctors Without Borders, and kind of a poke in the eye to what was happening around me. So I wanted a way to kind of show that we had power in numbers, and Women on the Verge kind of happened after the roller skating incident, and kind of in preparation for what happened last month with the turn back of Roe versus Wade and the backlash that we anticipated. There was more grassroots art exhibits happening around town. They asked me to participate, and I placed some of the paintings in a gallery in a cafe. And when I came back to show my friends, the paintings had been taken down because of the nudity. And there's been a couple of other examples where I had paintings up, and then I'd come to the gallery and they had hidden some of the paintings. I wanted to discover the bohemian side of Grand Rapids. I wanted to find where hip stuff was happening. And I was kind of fooling myself because Grand Rapids is not a very artistic place. A lot of the type of music and programming that I wanted to see, I would have to go to Chicago or Ann Arbor, were like hot hubs of art and very liberating art, whereas Grand Rapids seemed very conservative and not very adventurous and very commercially minded. So I wanted to change that, and I wanted to kind of make a mark while doing it. Like in Guadalajara, public art is of high value. It creates interest in visiting the city. Murals and public works, people come from all over the world to see them, and they lift the economy. It's placemaking, it's elevating the value of the community. That wasn't very well understood by Grand Rapids programmers. I believe that there was something had to be of commercial value for it to be deserving to be in the spaces downtown.
So the way all my traditional, what I usually work on, is I just scribble first, and then I find the images and scribble. So the murals are just kind of different. It's kind of fun. Just nice to get out of the studio and do something. I've done stuff through Lines and Rabbits. I did the Rad Women project.
Oh, yeah.
And then the first one was we did these fish murals at 555 Monroe. It's all been through Lines and Rabbits, just different things. And they were great to work with too. So it's nice when somebody else organizes for artists.
We create jobs for artists in the community, like local artists, through activating different spaces. But this was kind of one of the first spaces that we activated through muraling with local artists. So this wall specifically was collaborative team effort. And then these ones all around are different artists that have been in Grand Rapids We work with the business to find the space, and then the artists to get them the job, and then the community to fundraise all of that to pay the artists. Just impacting just all of the corners of Grand Rapids. It brings a lot of revenue to the businesses, so it's like a really like kind of like monumental point where it's like an attraction and it makes somewhere a place to bring people to come to that space. It's showing how you can value arts within the community and also raise money, but also just like gather as a community and connect in that way.
I had never been interested in doing public art in Grand Rapids because Grand Rapids has a clause somewhere that public art can't be political, which is very bizarre to me because in Mexico, like, public art is political. Once I found out that you couldn't be political, I really had no interest in participating. Grand Rapids has changed a lot since I moved here. There weren't a lot of alternative anything. There was one bar across the street called the Reptile Bar and a couple of other little dives where you could see punk shows or alternative music. So all these things are new. Now we have Muse Gallery, which is Black owned, the African American Museum, and there's more opportunities for people of color to show their art. But when I got here, there weren't. So I started an alternative art gallery, not really knowing the vocabulary and the language or what the purpose of that was, and kind of like learned as I was going.